What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be asking the question, do the Chicago Bulls really want it? And what I mean is, do the Chicago Bulls really want to be successful this season? Do they really want to go into the play-in tournament and try to get out of it with a playoff position and try to go from there? Now, this is a very interesting question due to the fact that the Bulls seem to be losing control of that 9th seed. I think a lot more often, you would probably see the Bulls win these types of games against Brooklyn, even though, to be fair, they've won the season series against us. They've beaten us every single game. But when it matters the most, you expect the Bulls to deliver something special. Or at least you expect the Bulls to win a game that they should be winning. And that's simply not what we've been seeing over the last couple of games. So, do the Chicago Bulls really want it? I'm going to talk about my thoughts and opinions on it in this video. But before we get any further, if you enjoy this video, you'd like to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and whether or not you believe they really want to actually turn the season around and become successful in one way, form, or fashion. Now, I'm going to read quickly a quote that DeMar DeRozan said about this current Bulls team. And he says, "We're down to 8 games. We got to dig deep and show how badly we want it." So even DeMar DeRozan is kind of trying to pump his team up and say, hey, look, it's now or never. If we fall and we continue to fall, we put ourselves in bigger jeopardy. You've got to step up, and you've got to step up now. There's no other day, there's no other minute, no other second. It's now, ladies and gentlemen, that they have to step up to the plate and show how badly they want it. And another key thing that we also got to do is define what is meant by success. Because let's be honest, 9th seed, eliminated in the first round, of course that's not going to be considered success for most people as Bulls fans. But from where we are at the moment, the 9th seed is not a favourable one to make the playoffs, first and foremost. If we fall to the 10th seed, it just shows that we don't necessarily want it more than the Atlanta Hawks or any other team that's involved in the play-in tournament. But if you can make the playoffs, you're making the best out of a very bad situation. That's as simple as it gets. You get to the 9th seed, you beat the 10th seeded team. If that's Atlanta, it's most likely going to be. You somehow win that next game against Philly or Miami or whoever it's going to be there as well. You find your way to the Celtics. And in the end, when you find a way to the Celtics, you're finding your way swiftly out of the first round. I mean, it's as simple as it gets in that retrospect. But I'd rather be there than not be there. I'd rather make the playoffs, get playoff atmosphere, get playoff experience, than not to have it at all. Look, we will probably get destroyed in the playoffs if we made it, right? If you're talking about success in terms of championships, forget about it. We're not even close. It's laughable to even have people suggest something along those lines. But look at Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, Dalen Terry, potentially Julian Phillips when he's able to return, Onuralp Bitim. All these guys need more playoff experience. DeMar has plenty, Vooch has plenty. Guys like Torrey Craig might have plenty, but there's a lot of young guys that can benefit even from a big loss in the playoffs that we need to give them that experience to do. Kobe White has had a fantastic season in the regular season. He's in the candidacy for the Most Improved Player award. That should be a big accomplishment. But he can't necessarily get the job done in the playoffs if he's never there. And even in the 8th seed, or the game against the Celtics, the series against the Celtics, even if we get absolutely destroyed in that series, I think there's a lot of experience that you can take out of playoff atmosphere, how the playoffs are played, the half-court offense that's involved, and everything in between. There's so much value in the playoffs that we don't necessarily get if we fall out of the play-in tournament. Or I wouldn't even say you don't get it. You don't get it to the extent that you get it within the playoffs. The play-in tournament could be a one and done. It could be one loss, out you go. That's not enough experience. But if you have 4 or 5 games in the playoffs, you get a little bit more experience. You get a little bit more of what the playoffs is going to feel like. And obviously you're going to want to get back there sooner than later. So it does mean a lot to become successful in this regard. And I hope the Bulls see it. I really do hope the Bulls see it in that way, where they probably know that they're not going to win that championship, but being in the playoffs alone can bring so much experience to a young team, especially the young players within the team that might not get it if we fail or if we don't want it hard enough. So, again, there's a lot that we got to decipher there, and the Bulls really have to show it. Now, I personally think the Bulls want to make the play-in tournament. I personally think the Bulls do want it. I think they want it hard enough. I think they want the success. I think they want the playoff picture. I think they want all of that. But the problem is, The performances are not necessarily showing how badly they want it. You could arguably say the worst team in the NBA, the Detroit Pistons, want to be in the play-in tournament, want to make the playoffs, but they might not have the quality to show it. They might not have the heart to show it. And that's kind of how I feel about this Bulls team. We're the 9th seed. We're still in the 9th seed, even in this loss. Atlanta are showing how much they want it. They beat the Boston Celtics, at their home. They came back from 30 points down and showed how badly they want it by beating that good team. The Bulls, we've lost to the Wizards recently. We've lost to the Rockets with about 5 or 6 injuries. We just lost last game to the Brooklyn Nets with 5 to 6 injuries. There's a lot of teams that we should be beating that we haven't beat. So just as badly as we might want it, the performances need to rectify how badly we want it. And that's where I think the issue is. It's not that we don't want it. It's not that we never did want it. It's the fact that our performances don't show how badly we want it. You give up 120 points to the Nets, that's going to be damaging. You give up 120 points to Boston, of course that's going to be damaging. You give up 120 points to the Houston Rockets, that is going to be damaging. So at the end of the day, that's where we need to improve. It's easy to say you want something. It's harder to show how badly you want something. I think we have players that are desperate to win. I think DeMar DeRozan is getting to the point in his career where he needs to start winning. His career, his Hall of Fame candidacy, all of that could potentially be in jeopardy if he doesn't get close to the playoffs again. Vucevic, one of the better centers in the NBA. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, he can't defend, but his offense is a proven factor at the NBA level. It's now or never for him as well. You could arguably call him on the decline at the moment. So what's a declining player going to do? Just stay in a mediocre team? He's going to want to start winning at some point. The Bulls need to provide that option for them. If they can't, then swiftly move them on. But those players will want to win. You can tell by Coby White's improvement that he wants to win. Ayo's last month of March, he wants to win. These guys want to win. They're not coming out here to purposely lose. But there's a problem in the communication, there's a problem in the team planning, there's a problem in the style of play, especially defensively these days, that puts us in that jeopardy. We can never have one good game where we play good defense and good offense, where we can stop possessions and get buckets. Maybe the Pacers game, to be fair, but it's very rare that we see those types of things. And that's where I think we need to see a shift in our performances. That's how we're going to show how badly we want it. When you play both ends of the ball with your absolute hearts. And we'll tell all. At the end of the day, the eye test, what we see on the court will dictate how badly the Bulls want it. There's no point getting tired now. We are down the final stretch. This Bulls team needs to get that extra step. What do you guys think? Do they want it? To answer the question, to sum it all up, yes, I think they do want it. I don't think they'd be fighting this hard with all the season-ending injuries that we have to say that they don't want it. But actions have to speak louder than the words. DeRozan said we need to show how bad we want it. It says it in his quotes. So the Bulls need to execute in that way. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Drop a like and a follow. And or subscribe if you are new. I will see you in the next Bulls-related video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care. And peace.